Hello everyone, I'm the Herooflead coming at you with my new Let's Play of Pokémon Yellow. Happy 30th to the Pokémon series. I mean, 30th was a couple days ago, but still, it's the 30th year. So I figured, why not start up on my big ambitious project of playing through all the mainline Pokémon games, huh? Why not? What I mean by that is, I want to show off every different iteration of Pokemon there's kind of been. Like, for example, this is going to be Pokemon Yellow, because, at least here in North America, the first two games were Red and Blue, and then the sister game Pokemon Yellow came out, what was it, a year after? I don't quite remember. But, I'm deciding to only do Pokemon Yellow because I just want to give you one experience of the Gen 1 experience. However, when we get into something like... that doesn't mean that this is the only game I'm going to be playing through in the Kanto region, as I also plan to do Fire Red and Leaf Green when I get to that in release generation order. That's what I mean by going through all that, because it's significantly different, and of course, again, when you get to Let's Go. Which I haven't actually played as of recording, just I know it exists. Anyway, enough of me rambling. Hello? Okay, had to press the start button, I guess. Hello there, welcome to the world of Pokémon! My name is Oak. People call me the Pokémon Professor. I'm sure they do. Pokémon Prof. This world is inhabited by creatures called Pokémon. And there's a little Pikachu right there. It's hard to not recognize them. For some people, Pokémon are pets. Others use them for fights. Myself, I study Pokémon as a profession. Interesting. First, what is your name? Something I should say about Pokemon Yellow is that it was made to be more in line with the anime, which is why your character here looks exactly like Ash. I will be name-dropping myself, though I'm pretty sure my wife has said my name a few times on the 1000 Year Door Let's Play. Go check that out, by the way, if you like my stuff. Unfortunately, my name is uniquely spelled, and no Pokemon game until, I think, the 6th generation ever let me fully spell out my name. I am a Tristan. I spell mine with an H right after the T. Not my choice. But, what are you gonna do? Your name is Tristan! It is. And here is the rival, which... Blue, Gary, whatever you want to call him. Green in the manga. What is his name again? I'm gonna go with Dip. Fun fact about Generation 1 is that there's no, name filter. You could call him whatever you want. Any profanity you please. But because I want to... wait, what? I want to eventually have this channel monetized, I am going to reel myself in a little bit and just call him Dip. He looks like a dip. Take that as however you want as an insult. Apologies to anyone named Dip. But if you're named Dip, your parents must not have liked you. Your very own Pokemon legend is about to unfold. A world of dreams and adventures with Pokemon awaits you. Let's go. Now, even as a Pokemon fan, in today's day and age, there's probably plenty of you that's never even touched the first generation of Pokemon games, and that's fine. But Generation 1 is a different beast to modern Pokemon. Pretty much everything you know about how the games work mechanically is wrong. Doesn't apply here. We got a SNES in here, because that was the new hip console at the time. And full disclosure, I am playing this on an emulator. Oh, yeah. You talk to your PC, and you can withdraw, toss, and deposit items. And if you do this, usually, every Pokemon game, there's always a potion in your thing. A potion will heal some HP in a battle. So go ahead and take that out. Yeah, I'm recording this on an emulator because, well, I have a 3DS capture card. I couldn't get it to work. Actually, the whole 3DS isn't working, but, that's a conversation for another time, and I don't want to throw anyone under any buses here. Not that I'd probably make a dent in anything, but anyway. So yeah, this is recording on an emulator, but I am playing side by side on my actual copy of the game on my 3DS through the eShop, which you can't get anymore because they shut it down, so... And I did once own an actual physical copy of Pokemon Yellow. It was actually the first Pokemon game I ever owned. See this TV? There's a movie on TV. 4 boys are walking on railroad tracks. I better go too. And it's a reference to, I believe, Stand By Me. It's our mom! Right, all boys leave home someday. It's said so on TV. Prof Oak next door is looking for you. I know it's Professor Oak, but they had character limitations back then, so they couldn't put Professor, just Prof. Welcome to Pallet Town, the very first step on anyone's Pokemon journey. Well, I guess there's a lot of you youngins today that never even started with Kanto. Though Fire Red and Leaf Green were recently re-released on Switch. Tristan's house, and the only reason I'm not doing that is because I do still plan to do them, just way later down. What do you want, lady? I'm raising Pokemon too. When they get strong, they can protect me. I'm not raising Pokemon right now. This is Dip's house. We'll go in there later. And there should be another NPC down here. Yep. Hello, buddy. Technology is incredible. You can now store and recall items and Pokemon as data via PC. Sweet, I just showed that off with the potion we picked up. Now, with all that said and done, let's go on our adventure! Hey, wait! Don't go out! Oh, excuse me. I just ate a bag of popcorn before this. That was close. Wild Pokemon live in tall grass. Speak of the devil, old-timer. Suddenly a Pikachu! Puppy stretching. It's right here on my lap. I got quite the setup going on here. I only have a singular laptop to do this on, so my fucking screen is covered with like 3 or 4 different windows to try to record this. Whew! Okay, a Pokemon can appear anytime in tall grass. You need your own Pokemon for your protection. I know. Here, come with me. Okay, I'm not doing a thing here. This is all just automatic. Oh, nope, still automatic. Gramps, I'm fed up with waiting. Dip, where are you here already? I said for you to come by later. Ah, whatever. Just wait there. Look, Tristan, do you see that ball on the table? It's called a Pokeball. It holds a Pokemon inside. You may have it. Go on, take it. Hey, Gramps, what about me? Be patient, Dip. I'll give you one later. Alright. In the original, I'll be going over, like, some differences between red or blue, and yellow. Because the encounter rates for different Pokemon are different and all the things. The first difference is, in Red and Blue, you are given the option between Bulbasaur, Squirtle, or Charmander. This game, you are given no option. You have a singular option here. Oh, also, don't expect big ol' fancy, bios showing all the stats and whatnot. I'm not a very good editor and making things. I have no idea how to even make something like that. But I do have the knowledge, at least some of it. So we're gonna try to take it. And Dickbag McGee over there is gonna push us out of the way. No way, Tristan, I want this one. It feels so weird to say my own name. Dip, what are you doing? Gramps, I want this one. But oh, alright then. That Pokemon is yours. I was gonna give you one anyway. Tristan, come over here. Oh, this is automatic. Not touching the thing. Tristan, this is the Pokemon I caught earlier. You can have it. I caught it in the wild, and it's not tame yet. Tristan received the Pikachu. Do you want to give a nickname? I would love to nickname things. I love naming my Pokemon. Now, one thing you'll notice from modern Pokemon is that Generation 1 did not distinguish between genders. The only gender difference in Pokemon is Nidoran male and female because they're entirely different species, apparently. But yeah, so and if you have the 3DS version of this, you can transfer your Pokemon over to home. So, or Pokemon over the Pokemon Bank and then from Pokemon Bank to home, I guess. Transferring Pokemon from one game to another is a very complicated thing. Anyway, I'm going to try to keep the names of Pokemon that don't have a distinguished gender androgynous, so that it doesn't... So, like, you don't send a... I don't send a Pokemon over to, modern day, like... Sending a... that's not a good example. I was gonna say sending, like, a fucking Pikachu named Emily, but it turns out to be a dude, but Emily's actually a pretty common dude name, too. But yeah, you get the gist. And the name I'm gonna do for this Pikachu is... what's going on? Oh, no, sorry. My bad. And yes, I do capital and then all lowercase. Bite me if you if you hate that, because this is... No. Because this is how I name my things. Good old Lightning! That is what this Pikachu's name is going to be. And if we want, press start. Bring up Pokemon item, Tristan save option. Choosing Pokemon, you get Pokemon here. Lightning! This is a very different stat screen than you'd be used to in any modern Pokemon. It's level 5, it has 20 HP, it's an electric type, that's my ID owner number. Attack is 11, defense is 8, speed is 14, and special is 11. Ooh, I got one with an even thing. Now, there's a lot of mechanics to go over with how Pokemon works, and I don't want to bore anyone with, like, too much info dumping all at once, so I'm gonna save big explanations of stuff for, like, maybe one explanation per video. I will go over Pikachu's base stats, though. A base stat is a number that is consistent across the entire species, so every Pikachu has this number taken into account in their stat calculations. It's not the only thing that determines the stat, obviously, but Pikachu's base HP is 35. Base attack is 55. Base defense is 30. Base special is 50. And base speed is 90. And you'll notice that we're missing a stat. What happened to special defense and special attack? Well, they're the same stat in Generation 1. Special. And what each of these stats do is HP determines how many numbers you can get hit with. Once the HP hits 0, the Pokemon is done. Attack determines how much damage you do with a physical attack. We'll get into what physical attacks are at a later time. Defense determines how well you can block the damage of a physical attack. For example, our defense of 8, if someone hit us with a calculation of 8, we take... well, it'd always have to round up to 1 damage, but yeah, whatever. Speed determines the order at which Pokemon attack, first or last. The faster Pokemon goes first, obviously. And Special determines how much damage you do with special attacks and how well you tank special attacks. We'll get more into that later. Pikachu knows Thundershock and Growl at the moment. Growl will lower a opponent's attack by a stage. Stages are different than actual, like... stages are temporary stat buffs or debuffs, and a singular stat can be taken up or down by 6 stages. And Thundershock is a 40 power electric move that has a chance of paralysis. If you care about that. A 30% chance. And, well, we'll just get into our little first battle here. Wait, Tristan, let's check out our Pokémon. Come on, I'll take you on, will ya? Now, you may be used to seeing the accuracies of your moves in the, modern Pokémon. Those are still present here, but they work differently. He has an Eevee. We could have had an Eevee. I prefer Eevee over Pikachu, honestly. But Pikachu's the mascot of the thing. So, as you know, in modern Pokemon, or as you may not know, who cares? And we already got the paralysis. Modern Pokemon has accuracies planted, and an 100% accurate move will always hit unless something's been done to your accuracy or something. While moves will say they're 100% accurate in this game, that is not the case. Due to how the calculations work or something with whatever, something with how the game works, no move is ever 100% accurate in this game. It can be like 99 or 98% at 100%, but it's never 100% accurate. Now, this is going really good. Just using Tail Whip, which brings our defense down a stage. I believe he's used it twice, so if it attacks with a physical move, we're... it's not looking pretty, but I think this will end it. No. Yeah, okay. See? Tackle is a 100% accurate move, and it missed. Because nothing is ever fully... yeah. There are 2 moves in this game that will always hit, because that's the, what's it called? That's the gimmick of the move. It cannot miss. And Lightning grew to level 6! Boosting its attack more, and special... yeah, the attack on this Pikachu is probably going to end up being higher, because that's just how the base stats work. 55 for attack over 50 for special. Oh, learn Tail Whip. Sweet. And now, unlike in Let's Go, where the Pikachu you get and the Eevee you get are special and have different base stats, this is just a regular Pikachu. There is nothing special about him. Or her, I don't know. Not determined yet. You can trade it to Pokemon Gold, Silver, or Crystal to figure out. I'll make my Pokemon fight to toughen it up. Gramps, smell you later. Okay. What? Would you look at that? It's odd, but it appears that your Pikachu dislikes Pokeballs. You should just keep it with you. That should make it happy. Will it now? Are you sure about that, my dude? You can talk to it and see how it feels about you. Okay. How you feel about me? It ain't even really acknowledging our presence. These guys just say they work with Professor Oak. They don't have anything interesting to say. Did I mention that I'm playing alongside my actual version on my 3DS as well? Yeah. I mean, obviously I'm way further ahead in that than this, but, nothing tells you exactly what to do here, but, it's just instinct to go up. Welcome to Route 1, where we can encounter wild Pokemon now. Specifically, we can encounter Pidgey or Rattata. And the encounter rates for these two things are actually different between red and blue and yellow. In red and blue, the encounter rate is 55% Pidgey and 45% Rattata. But that's changed here to 70% Pidgey and 30% Rattata. Which is why, in my earlier recording that fucked up, that's why I never encountered a Rattata going through this route. Because it's mostly Pidgey you're gonna fight. Which is okay, because, with how type matchups work, it's pretty easy to deal with Pidgey. I'll get into battling and type matchups in another episode. Because I already explained how stats work in this one, and again, I don't want to... Oh, you didn't immediately crumble. But yeah, I don't want to get into everything all at once. But type matchup works pretty much how it works. Hi, I work at a Pokemart. It's a convenient shop, so please visit us in Viridian City. I know, I'll give you a sample. Here you go. I got a potion. That's the second one we get. And what do we encounter? Oh, we did manage to counter a Rattata. Nice. An interesting fact about the Pidgeys found here, they can be encountered anywhere from level 3 to 7. Or is it 3? Let me double check my note here. 2 to 7, while the Rattata is only 2 to 4. Pretty interesting. And that's a Rattata. Pidgey is a normal flying type, and Rattata is a normal type. See those ledges along the road? It's a bit scary, but you can jump from them. You can get back to Pallet Town quicker that way. You could. Or you can walk through the grass and do fights and crap. But we're now at the end of Route 1. And here we are in Viridian City. Trainer tips. The battle moves of Pokemon are limited by their power points, or PP. To replenish PP, rest your tired Pokemon at a Pokemon Center. Cool, we can get into what a Pokemon Center is. It's right here. It says Poke. You just talk to the nurse here, named Nurse Joy from the anime. And this one is specifically based on Nurse Joy with the Chansey next to it. Get your Pokemon back to perfect health. This will heal its HP and all the PP you used in the moves when using them in battle. PP isn't really an issue at the beginning, because most moves have a lot of it. Thundershock specifically has 30 uses before we can't use it anymore. Hope to see you again! There's a Pokemon Center in every town ahead. They don't charge any money either. Sweet! Pokemon Centers heal your tired, hurt, or fainted Pokemon. Fainted is what happens when your Pokemon just runs out of HP. You can use the PC in the corner. The receptionist told me. So kind. You can deposit your Pokemon into someone's PC, or do the item stuff from your PC. But, we actually can't deposit Pokemon because Pikachu is our only Pokemon right now, and you need to have a singular Pokemon with you at all times. You can't have none. This counter is all about link cables and all that stuff, which you can't do anything in this version, and I don't think you can... I think the 3DS versions can trade between each other? Maybe? I don't quite know. But, anyway. Moving along, and checking my timer, actually. Yeah, we're still good. This is the first episode. You want to know about the 2 kinds of Caterpillar Pokemon? Sure. Caterpie has poison, but Weedle does. Or Caterpie doesn't have poison, but Weedle does. Watch out for its poison sting. Okay. Walking into the Pokemart. Hey, you came from Pallet Town? I did. You know Prof Oak, right? His order came in. Will you take it to him? I don't know why I'm giving him like a New York, Brooklyn accent or something, whatever. Got Oak's parcel. And we actually can't use the mart until we deliver Oak's parcel. The shop finally has some potions in stock. This shop sells a lot of paralysis heal. Does it? This house, I believe, is a... Ooh, I'm trying to memorize all my notes. Yeah, this is the Pokemon school. Sis says Pokemon will become tame if you treat them nicely. Okay, be sure to read the blackboard carefully. I'm not going to do that because that teaches you about status effects, and like I said, I don't want to get into too many, different... What's it called? Too many different, subjects all at once. My daddy loves Pokemon too. Coming up with nicknames is fun, but hard. Simple names are the easiest to remember. Speary. Tweet tweet. Speary. Name, or Spearow. Name, Speary. Not very original, but then again, I just named my lightning mouse Lightning. We cannot progress this way, because this old man's like, you can't go through here, that's private property. And the daughter here, oh grandpa or granddaughter, don't be so mean, he hasn't had his coffee yet. In the Japanese version, I believe this guy is just straight up hungover and drunk. Anyway, we can go this way, but there's not really a need to at the moment. There's new Pokemon, but we can't catch Pokemon yet anyway. So, we just walk back to Pallet Town. We can go the easy way by just jumping off these ledges, but I want to train up Pikachu a little bit. And what better way to do that than a route that's filled with flying types? Pidgey got obliterated. You go, Lightning! I'll probably cut most of the wild encounters out unless it's like a new Pokemon that we've never actually fought before or something interesting about it. I will say right now, you don't have to worry about shiny Pokemon because they don't exist in Generation 1. And in fact, they cannot exist in specific encounter rates. But others they can, when you trade them over to a game that has the shinies and stuff. It's complicated, way more than it needed to be, anyway. Alright, let's deliver Oak's parcel. Hey, old fart, here you go. Oh, Tristan, how is my old Pokemon? I don't know, I didn't check to see. Well, it seems like you a lot. Oh, I completely forgot to even acknowledge the fact that Pikachu follows you around in this game. It stays out of the Pokeball and follows you around. The only time it goes into the Pokeball is if it's fainted. Or if you're not carrying it with you. Oh, must be his talented Pokemon trainer. What, you have something for me? Just delivered Oak's parcel. Again, it's really weird to be saying my name. Ah, this is the custom Pokeball I ordered. Thanks, Tristan. By the way, I must ask you to do something for me. Gramps! Gramps, my Pokemon has grown stronger. Check it out. Ah, Dip, good timing. I needed to ask both of you to do something for me. On the desk there's my invention, Pokédex. It automatically records data on Pokemon you've seen or caught. It's a high-tech encyclopedia. Tristan and Dip, take these with you. Tristan got the Pokédex from Oak! Now, we know now that he's not the actual inventor of the idea of the Pokédex. That would be Professor Lavington from Legends ZA. Or not ZA. Legends Arceus. Who out of all the Pokemon in the world? That was my dream. But I'm too old, I can't do it. This Pokédex doesn't hold all the Pokemon in the world. It holds all the Pokemon in Kanto. Fill my dream for me. Get moving, you two. This is a great undertaking in Pokemon history. Alright, Gramps, leave it all to me. Tristan, I hate to say it, but I don't need you. I know I'll borrow a town map from my sis. I'll tell her not to lend you one, Tristan. Ha 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 ha. How you doing, Pikachu? Indifferent. Got it. A-okay. And let's have him here. Talk to his sis. Grandpa asked you to run an errand? Here, this will help you. And she'll give us a town map. Guess she doesn't like to listen to her brother. And with that, I'd say that's good for the first episode. We got our first Pokemon, our starter Pokemon, not first partner Pokemon. Whoever uses that official term is stupid. Oh, the Pokedex. We're even going on it. This will record the Pokemon you encountered. Pokemon you encounter, you won't actually get any information about. For example, with the Pidgey. However, Pokemon you have caught... Oh, there's a Rattata. Rat. Pokemon you've caught, you'll see a Pokeball next to it, and it'll actually have information. Pikachu. Mouse. Height, 1'4". Weight, 13 pounds. It keeps its tail raised to monitor its surroundings. If you yank its tail, it will try to bite you. Even though Pikachu doesn't learn bite. At all. Alright. What am I looking for? Yeah, that item. Alright. So in the next episode, we're gonna head back up to Viridian City and learn all about catching Pokemon. If you enjoyed this, make sure you subscribe, stay updated on my uploads, catch when I do that, like and comment if you so please, and check out my other stuff if you enjoyed this. I'm really excited to finally be doing Pokemon. The only reason I hadn't done it earlier is because I was trying to get my 3DS to work, but that doesn't seem like a viable option anymore. So, emulator, while simultaneously playing with the thing. I know the Pokemon won't be the same if I ever transfer them, but it's got the same heart. I didn't realize Pikachu would just look around. Yo, boy. What are you doing? Just being indifferent again. Anyway, see y'all later. Bye.